The Atlantis of the North Sea. A trawler rises and falls on the gray swells of the North Sea. Its nets scrape the bottom, pulling up cod and bones. A mammoth tusk curved like a question mark. Flint tools shaped by vanished hands. Fragments of ancient peat with the scent of forest still locked inside. Beneath these waters lies a continent that once connected Britain to Europe. 10,000 years ago, Doggerland was a tapestry of meadows, rivers, and marsh. Reindeer moved along its valleys. Hunters followed, carrying spears of antler and stone. Families gathered berries in the summer heat, built shelters near the lakes, left footprints in soft silt that hardened and endured. It was a living world. Then the ice began to melt. The sea rose slowly at first, swallowing low ground season after season. Villages shifted to higher ridges, camps moved inland. But 8,000 years ago, a wall of water came from the north. A landslide off the coast of Norway collapsed into the sea, sending a tsunami racing across the shallow shelf. Forests snapped, rivers filled with salt, and the last hills of Doggerland became islands. Within centuries, even they were gone. Fishermen in the 19th century first hauled up its ghosts. Axes, bones, antlers. Today, seismic scans from oil companies trace the beds of rivers beneath the seabed. Storms reveal black stumps of drowned oak forests. On Dutch beaches, mammoth teeth and worked flints emerge from the tide. Each artifact proves the land was real. Each discovery deepens the mystery. Was Doggerland only a land bridge, or did it hold its own culture, trade, and faith? No one knows. The sea keeps its map sealed. Beneath those cold waves lies a story erased by water, yet written in fragments too many to ignore, too few to fully tell. The forbidden tomb of Qin Shi Huang. Far from the sea, in the green hills of Shaanxi, rises an artificial mountain. Beneath it lies the mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of a unified China. Around the mound spreads a city of the dead, chariots, stables, musicians, officials, and the famous terracotta army, thousands of clay soldiers standing in silent ranks, each face unique. Ancient chronicles describe the emperor's burial chamber as a map of his empire. A ceiling set with pearls to form the night sky. Rivers and seas flowing with liquid mercury. Palaces filled with treasure. Crossbows rigged to fire on intruders. A kingdom rebuilt underground to last forever. When archaeologists uncovered the terracotta army in 1974, they expected to find the central tomb soon after. Decades have passed. It remains untouched. Modern surveys confirm mercury in the soil, echoing the old texts. Ground-penetrating radar shows walls and voids beneath the mound, yet no one dares to dig. The reasons are practical and cultural. When the first soldiers were exposed to air, the bright pigments on their armor flaked away within minutes. Silk, wood, and paper would vanish even faster. Opening the tomb with today's technology could destroy what it holds before it can be studied. There is also reverence. In China, imperial tombs are sacred. To disturb them invites not only physical risk but cultural outrage. The resting place of the first emperor carries weight beyond archaeology. It represents power, unity, and the ancestors themselves. So the mound remains sealed. Instruments map its secrets from above, while millions visit the warriors who guard its perimeter. Beneath their feet, the emperor waits in darkness as he has for 2,000 years. In a palace built to last until the end of history, Rome's strangest relics. Across the old provinces of the Roman Empire, strange bronze objects surface from fields, rivers, and graves. 12 faces, each face a pentagon with a hole at its center. Knobs at every corner, some small as apples, others the size of a fist. They are called Roman dodecahedrons. Over 100 have been found, scattered from Britain to Hungary, from Germany to France, yet never in Rome itself. No ancient writer mentions them. No inscription explains them. The empire recorded taxes, engineering manuals, even graffiti insults on tavern walls. About these objects, nothing. Theories multiply. measuring devices for distance or sunlight, tools for casting metal spheres, frames for knitting gloves, survey instruments for battlefield angles. The lack of standard sizes argues against pure engineering. The holes differ from one object to another. No two are quite the same. Another theory sees them as ritual objects, perhaps linked to the Celts living on the empire's northern frontiers. Candles inside would cast patterns of light. Alignments with solstices or sacred landscapes might explain their distribution far from Rome's center. Many were found among treasure hoards, suggesting value beyond the ordinary. Yet their purpose remains elusive. Hold one in your hand, and it feels deliberate, balanced, intricate, made for eyes and fingers, too carefully crafted to be meaningless, too silent across the centuries to give up its secret. The Roman world mastered concrete, roads, aqueducts, and war machines, but it also left behind this unanswered question in bronze, as if to remind us that even empires write some sentences in cipher. Desert ghosts. In the heart of Death Valley lies Racetrack Playa, a dry lakebed flat as a blade. Scattered across it are stones that move. Tracks stretch for hundreds of meters across the cracked mud. Some run straight. Others curve, wander, or reverse direction sharply. Yet no one has ever seen the stones in motion. They sit at the end of their own trails as if they stopped the moment someone looked their way. For decades, theories fought for attention. Hurricane winds, magnetic forces, pranksters with trucks. None quite fit the evidence. The mystery endured until 2013, when researchers placed GPS devices on the rocks and set cameras to watch through winter. That winter, the secret revealed itself. Rain flooded the playa in a shallow sheet. Night froze the water into a thin skin of ice. Morning sun cracked the surface into floating panels. Wind pushed the drifting ice against the stones, sliding them slowly over the slick mud beneath. No one had imagined such a delicate mechanism. Ice only millimeters thick, moving rocks weighing hundreds of kilograms. Some traveled hundreds of meters in a single season. When the water dried and the ice vanished, the tracks remained like signatures across the barren floor. Yet even now, questions linger. Why do some stones move while others nearby stay still for years? Why do tracks sometimes curve as if guided by intent rather than wind and ice alone? The playa keeps part of its secret even after giving up the rest. In the silence of Death Valley, motion writes its story without witnesses, leaving only the traces of its passing under the desert sun.